الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين. Lesson number 1 is on introductory matters. First of all, to begin with, the definition of ilm al-mantiq, the definition of the knowledge of logic. Mantiq, the linguistic meaning of it is to speak, to converse, to talk. And the technical meaning of mantiq is ilmun biqawanina ta'simu mara'atuha adh-dhihna 'anil khata'i fil fikr, which means that knowledge of rules which, when abided by, protect the mind from mistakes in thinking. So the definition is that knowledge of rules, such rules that when they are followed, when they are abided by, they protect the mind from mistakes in thinking. Then it goes on to mention the mawdu', which is the subject, what is studied in mantiq. It mentions those ma'lumat tasawwuriyya and those ma'lumat tasdiqiyya which cause a person to reach majhul tasawwuri and majhul tasdiqi. So those ma'lumat tasawwuriyya and then those ma'lumat tasdiqiyya, which cause one to reach majhul tasawwuri and majhul tasdiqi. And then it mentions the gharz ghayat, the purpose and cause, the reason of studying mantiq. And it states that when a person is doing ghawr or fikr, when a person is thinking, then at that time, to protect the mind from mistakes in one's thinking, to prevent that. That's the reason and purpose behind studying mantiq. Wadi', it mentions the one who is the founder of this knowledge. It mentions that the knowledge of logic, ilm al-mantiq, was first of all, the founder of it was firstly Arastu, who is Aristotle. And then it states that Sikandar-e-Rumi, Alexander the Great, the king, he gave him the order, and upon his advice, Aristotle was the one who founded this branch of knowledge. Now, then it goes on to mention wajhu tasmiyah, that the reason of its naming, right? Mantiq is masdar-e-mimi, and the meaning of it is speaking, having conversation. And then it states this is because in external and in internal nutq, it allows a person to be articulate. Nutq, which is being articulate. And for this reason it is called mantiq. And nutq-e-zahiri, externally being articulate, is in takallum, in speaking, in speech. And those who know this science, when they speak externally, they speak much better than those who do not know this science. And nutq-e-batini, being articulate internally, this applies to idrak. which is what? Understanding. And this means that those who understand this knowledge, those who seek this knowledge, he or she will know the reality of things, the haqa'iq, the reality of things, and will know about ajnas and fusul, etc. Will know about different species and different anwa', different fusul, the different categories of things. And this only comes through the knowledge of Mantiq. And note is mentioned here that Mantiq is also known as ilm mizan, the knowledge of scales, like weighing and balancing, because due to this branch of knowledge, because of this branch of knowledge, by means of this branch of knowledge, the aql, the intellect, can weigh and balance between rightful, correct thinking and wrongful, mistaken thinking. So it is known as ilm mizan, a knowledge which balances right and wrong in terms of thinking. And in this way, this knowledge is also known as ilm ali, instrumental knowledge. A knowledge which is an instrument. Why? Because in order to understand other branches of knowledge, Mantiq or logic is occupying a position of an instrument, an ala. So it is an instrument to understand other branches of knowledge such as Quran al-Kareem and Hadith Sharif. So that is the end of the first lesson. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ.